wait a minute. Don't gloss over that fucking mentally handy. Here's what happened. We're working with Pillman and Zink, and in the finish, I jump in and go to hit Pillman with the racket, but he ducks it and he slaps a sleeper on me.
Okay.
When he did, he cross-faced my nose. My nose started bleeding a little bit. Well, as soon as the boys glom him and I roll out, I've got the belts in one hand and the racket in the other hand. And this guy, he's about 40 years old. He's about 6'3", rangy guy, probably about 180, 190, gets up and from the front row and swings and punches me in the back of the head. Well, I turn around and there ain't no cops anywhere around and I'm fucking pissed anyway, right? So I whack him one time with the racket, which he don't sell. There's still no cops around. Well, now I've committed. And if you hit a motherfucker once and ain't nobody to break it up, you need to keep hitting him because when you stop hitting him, he's going to start hitting you. So I proceeded to, I threw the belts up in the air and I took both hands. And then he sold a second one and he goes down in the front row and I just keep whacking him until somebody gets there to get in between us. Right? So I fucking then grab the shit and we go back to the locker room.
Now, before you get back to locker,
okay.
When you're squaring off with him, do you have any indication that he's mentally handicapped?
No.
Or do you just assume that all wrestling fans are?
Well, no, he's a big fucking 6 foot, 190 pound fucking 40-year-old fucking redneck from Columbia, South Carolina. It's not like he's visibly.
All right, that's.
I later found out he was mentally challenged. Let's put it that way, according to the newspaper. But he was, at that point, he was somebody just punched me, and I'm, you know, I'm in this thing. And as I said, one of the eyewitnesses said it did look like an axe murder. But anyway, we go back in the locker room, and my nose is bleeding anyway, right? So before anybody else gets in there, I whack it another time, right? And it starts coming. Well, then here comes the athletic commissioner. And he says, "Jim, are you all right?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "I saw him. He hit you right in the nose." "Yep, he sure did." Then here comes the cops. And the cops work the matches all the time in Columbia. Here he comes. "Jim, are you okay?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "I saw him. He hit you right in the nose." Third guy to walk in the locker room, Mike Campbell, the son of South Carolina Governor Carroll Campbell. We're in the state capitol, and he's a huge Ric Flair fan, and he always comes to the matches. "Jim, are you okay? I saw him. He hit you right in the nose." "Okay, I'm good," right? I said, "I'll be all right." I said, Charlotte's an hour away. I'm going to go to the hospital there. So I went home. By then it stopped bleeding, obviously. I hung upside down off my bed till I got it bleeding again. I went and I looked in the mirror and I fucking hit the nose 2 or 3 more times to get a little swelling going. Went to the hospital and got the x-rays and they see the swelling and they packed the shit and everything. So I got the fucking paperwork. And so then, where's the letter?
Such a work.
I thought I reprinted it in here. I have the memo where it says, I think it's in another section. Well, anyway, the memo from Hurd said the evidence at hand more than substantiates that you were attacked by a fan. However, we will agree to beef up security if you, here we go. No, that's when I quit. Anyway, they agreed to beef up security if I wouldn't fucking axe murder any more of the fans, which, all right, very good. But, you know, sorry. Shit happens. He should have punched me in the back of the fucking head.
Agreed.
If somebody should have been watching him.
Agreed.
He generally, when that had happened, many of the numerous dozens and dozens and dozens of times to me in the past, that was the idea. We need to get the fucking people fired up. So,
you know, nowadays they're told, as far as the workers today tell me, in the big companies, maybe one that's publicly traded, that if someone runs into the ring, you are to do this. And not touch them and allow security to come in and remove them.
But you have to remember that in some of these, there's been several times, a couple times in Smoky Mountain, definitely several times in Louisiana, the cops are on their side because the cops ain't smart either and the cops are mad.